Government says the 2020-2021 financial year will be the start of a decade of growth, underpinned by a robust legislative agenda as well as accelerated investment in infrastructure, renewable energy, skills development, environmental protection, and crime and violence. The agenda was outlined in the throne speech delivered by Governor-General Sir Patrick Allen during the ceremonial opening of Parliament on February 11. With security as a high priority, he said there would be significant capital investment and social intervention to address the scourge of crime. In addition, 3 critical pieces of legislation will be advanced: the Law Enforcement Protection of Integrity Act, Corrections Amendment Act, and the Aliens Act and Immigration Restriction Commonwealth Citizenship Act amendments legislation.
The government maintains that a whole-of-society approach is required to tackle the issue of crime and violence.
Meanwhile, a new NIDS bill will be tabled, along with amendments to the Registration of Births and Deaths Act.
The government will also complete implementation of the National Key Public Infrastructure Project and advance the digital transformation of the Registrar General's Department.
The Governor-General also announced continued heavy investment under the Greater Infrastructure Development Programme,
which includes not just roads, but bridges and structures, street lighting, sidewalks and ramps, traffic lights, water and sewage, fire hydrants and drainage. We will be building smart infrastructure with fiber optics, cameras and sensors designed and embedded into our infrastructure assets.
Water and housing are also priority areas for the new financial year. Interventions will include the provision of water supply solutions to approximately 180,000 rural residents. At the same time, government intends to complete the National Squatter Survey and proceed to the full rollout of its new social housing program.
Housing remains a key priority for the government. In line with Vision 2030, every Jamaican should have access to safe, sustainable, and affordable housing. We need to build enough housing solutions at a rate which will prevent informal settling.
Sir Allen informed that the government would also advance plans for the development of new high schools focused on science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM education. And in the area of health, the Andrew Holness administration says this fiscal year will witness the largest spend on health infrastructure in over 3 decades. The Ministry of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries is set to execute a number of projects to boost water supply in farming communities. The Governor-General says the projects are part of a wider plan to safeguard the sector during periods of drought. He notes that other work will be done to increase exports of agricultural produce as well as develop new industries.
One of the government's major priorities, which will facilitate growth and increase efficiencies, is the development of a national policy for productivity improvement.
To achieve this, government intends to place greater emphasis on improving the quality of workforces through skills training and the use of technologies. Meanwhile, the Disabilities Act will come into effect in the new fiscal year, creating a fair and equal society for persons with disabilities. And the Disabilities Rights Tribunal will also be established and begin hearings.
An emerging area that the government intends to focus on is electric vehicles. The public passenger fleet will be the first area for attention with the introduction of 45 electric buses. The projected benefits of implementing this initiative is quite significant and include energy saving, environmental preservation, and the reduction of the national fuel bill.
In the areas of justice and local government, the administration is building 3 regional judicial complexes and 1 parish court. The government is also constructing 3 state-of-the-art fire stations and renovating 4.
Our people are deserving of the bountiful reward that will come from our collective efforts at building a stronger and the Greater Jamaica.
All these works will be supported by the government's $852.6 billion budget for the 2020-2021 fiscal year. The estimates of expenditure was tabled in the House of Representatives by Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark shortly after the Governor-General's throne speech.
The proposed central government budget continues to prioritize capital expenditure, which has been maintained at 3.3% of GDP, while seeking to enhance social protection and adequately provide other core government services.
Our government has created a set of plans, policies, programs, and legislation which demonstrates its resolve to make this Jamaica's decade of growth, peace, and prosperity as we move forward to fulfill Vision 2020.